Qualifying for the final F1 Academy event of 2025 saw title contender Weug and one-time race winner Ella Lloyd battling to establish their pace. But 3 times fastest qualifier Chloe Chambers was rapid immediately. Everyone was trying to zap through the corners without clipping the barriers and hoping to get a toe down the straights. Thankfully, there were no major incidents despite the occasional mistakes, and ultimately it was Chloe Chambers who snatched her 4th pole position of the year. The penultimate race of this season's F1 Academy is all set to take place at Las Vegas in the United States. Welcome from me, Ben Edwards, as we prepare for the 13-lap reverse grid race around the 3.8-mile, 6.2-kilometre road course, and in the wet as well. We've been having rain falling, and they are putting wets on, so it's going to make it even more challenging. We've got the 2 title contenders, Doriane and Weug, lining up 5th and 4th on the reverse grid. There is plenty to look forward to here. Whatever happens today will not see the championship decided for the drivers. It'll go down to the final race, but it could make a huge change going into that last one. Joining me is the highly accomplished single-seater racer Alice Powell. And Alice, you've been catching up with drivers and teams this weekend. So how do you see it all turning out, especially now we've got a wet track where they've been doing all their practice and qualifying in dry?
Yes, hello Ben. It's quite crazy how the weather can change here in the desert. We had a Formula One free practice session just before this, and everyone at the end of that session was on the slick tyres. And now, between that, we had some rain come down, and the circuit is now wet. However, a lot of the drivers did come to the grid on slick tyres, pretty much all of them, bar Weug, who opted, she was the first one to jump and put on wet tyres, which I think is the correct decision. So she, critically, on the way to the grid, would have got a bit of heat into her wet tyres already.
Yeah, well, that's interesting. And of course, the battle between her and Doriane is absolutely crucial to what's going to happen. Let's have a look at the lineup then. Starting at the back, Nicole Havrider from Canada, and wildcard entry this weekend, 16-year-old American Peyton Westcott to compete in her first F1 Academy race. Aurelia Nobels was 13th fastest, but penalised 3 places for impeding Ella Lloyd in qualifying. Chloe Chong starts in 15th position. American Courtney Crone is 14th after scoring her first point last time out. Scottish-born Rachel Robertson is another first-timer. Starting in 12th place, Leah Block, winner last time out in Singapore. We've got Joanne Chiconte on row 6. Then on row 5, Ella Lloyd from Wales has had her lowest qualifying this year, pretty much since the first event anyway, and just missing out Rafaela Ferreira from the top 8. Then the top 8 reverse. Chloe Chambers fastest yesterday. Alicia Palmowski, she starts 7th. She was 2nd quickest. Alba Larsen starting in 6th position. There's Doriane starting 5th, leading the championship by 9 points. Just ahead of her is her big rival, Weug. She starts in 4th position. Tina Hausmann is starting in 3rd, yet to achieve a podium this year. Emma Felbermeyer starts in 2nd place, but the pole position is Nina Gateman, the Dutch racer who won her first F1 Academy race at a home event at Zandvoort. Well, that's a really interesting lineup. There you are, looking at Nina Gateman, who did take that victory at Zandvoort. Can she do it again from pole position here? But of course, Alice, we will be keeping a very close eye on what's going on for Doriane with the Mercedes backing. You can see number 28 just a bit further down, and of course the Ferrari backed Weug, number 64. They're going to be fighting for the points, and it'll settle down in the championship for the second race tomorrow.
Yep, hello Kitty. She's been around all weekend. She's got the great view next to Susie on the pit wall. That's been a big part of Las Vegas, and apparently most of the merchandise has been sold out, which is great to see. Nicole Havrider starting from the pit lane. Of course, we've just seen come up on the screen that the formation lap will be behind the safety car, but it's going to be the first time for all these drivers to get a real feel, apart from Weug, who came round on the wets, and I think that is the correct decision. But cannot be won, can it, Ben, in this race?
No, absolutely. The decision, the championship can't be sorted, although the team's championship may well be sorted, because Prema are looking very, very strong at the moment, and we will see if they're going to be able to actually wrap it up. Yeah, what's also really interesting, the car's just heading away on that formation lap, but Emma Felbermeyer, obviously a problem there. Oh, well, this is worrying for Emma. She should be starting from front row. Yeah,
I'm not sure if she's obviously stalled, unless it cut out before that. So yeah, that's hugely frustrating for her, because she had strong reverse grid showings throughout this season, in particular, of course, back in Montreal. But that'll be great for Nina Gaben to see, because then she won't have Emma charging her down. She's going to have her teammate instead.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, ironically, that we've got the 3 Prema drivers for the Prema team, are one behind the other, because Nina Gateman starting from pole, Tina Hausman is directly behind her starting 3rd, and then Doriane Pan is directly behind her starting in 5th place. So the team, if they can work together at all, I don't know whether that's going to work for them. We shall have to wait and see. What do we think about this track layout? It's not looking super wet, is it? But obviously they are on wet tyres now.
They are, and the F1 drivers went out earlier on in free practice 3, and the track looked like it was dry, and you were thinking they're still out on the intermediates, and all the reports back were it's so slippy, it's still so slippy to put on the slick tyre. So temperatures are really low here. Emma Feldmeyer's made her way back into pit lane, so that's real disappointment. The Road and Motorsport team will try and get the car fired up. She'll have to start from pit lane. So rolling start being confirmed. But yeah, it's tricky. Heavy braking zones, long straights, and we've seen plenty of drivers overshoot in the dry conditions. That's going to be made even harder in the wet conditions.
It is. Well, we shall see how this is all going to work. Nina Gateman is starting from this pole position on the reverse grid here in F1 Academy, and we spoke to her just a little earlier.
I know once I'm leading the race, I'm pretty damn good. So hopefully tomorrow we can do that. And you know, to think about it, if they have to pass me, they have to run me off the track. Otherwise, they're not going to get past me.
So yeah, let's see whether Nina's going to. She's led a couple of times. She won that race in Zandvoort. She led the race in Shanghai earlier this year, but then had a problem with the car, and the last 2 laps just dropped away. But this is going to be very, very interesting to see how it goes. And of course, with a rolling start that has now definitely been confirmed, so they aren't going to be stopping on the grid and then starting. They're going to be doing a rolling start. That will make actually overtaking more challenging, won't it, into turn 1?
It will, and you're probably looking, thinking, well, why none of them weaving left to right? It is like ice out there. It's so slippy, and particularly you can see riding on board with Nina Gaben now. Some of the lines have been burnt out on track, the road markings, others haven't, and it's just so treacherous. So they have to be ultra careful as they're going to go round once again. So they'll get obviously one more formation lap, and it's hard for them. The brakes, that's what you've got to use to try and generate temperature, Ben, is really try and use the brakes. You don't want to overcook them, of course, but that's the only way, really, you're going to get some decent heat into your tyres.
Absolutely. So it's going to be a real challenge when this race does get underway, but they've got another full lap to just get a feel for the track, get to see where the grip is, if there is any, and get a feel for where overtaking may be able to take place. So as we know, Emma Felbermeyer will not be starting up at the front, but we will certainly be keeping an eye on everything that's going on in now. Chloe Chambers there, she is of course fastest. Now the Prema team, which here we can see from TeamViewer in the pits right now, they are certainly on target for taking the team title. And Alice, that would be a pretty amazing year. I mean, it is looking very likely they're going to do it, but it's going to be 3 years in a row, isn't it, for F1 Academy with the Prema team? They've done very well in the team's championship.
Yeah, they have. They've been hugely strong across all 3 seasons. Marta Garcia was their champion in 2023. Can they get another drivers champion as well in Doriane Pan, and they could get well, they could potentially get a lockout. Don't want to jinx it for them, but we've got all 3 of their drivers starting up in the top 4, so they'll be hoping that they're able to move forward. But Maya Weug there, she's not going to want to let that happen. She's going to desperately try to make her way forward. I think particularly you don't get the big points in this race. The big points come tomorrow, so you get 10 points for a win in this race, 8th for second, and then the 1 point all the way down to in P8. The big points come tomorrow in race 2, so you don't, personally, I wouldn't be doing anything too crazy in this race. She needs to just keep Doriane behind her. It's tomorrow that she needs to try and make her way forward, which is where you can get the big points.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. You've got to survive it into the the race tomorrow. We're hearing it's a clutch issue for Emma Felbermeyer, so that's really disappointing. She obviously just tried to drop the clutch to get away on the formation lap, but it has not worked, and that is desperately disappointing. She is a race winner this year. She won the reverse race in Montreal. That's her only podium this year, and there was a chance starting that far up to get another podium today, perhaps in this reverse grid race, but we'll have to wait and see how it goes. Maya Weug, she is now effectively third, having been... Oh no! Maya Weug's made contact! Oh my goodness! This is critical! It's the end of the race for her in the championship. She now is not going to score any points today. Oh my goodness, Alice, the race hasn't even started.
That is disaster for Maya Weug. I mean, they were obviously bunching up. It didn't look like Nina Gaiman had gone, and that's a huge heartbreak, of course, for Tina Hausmann as well. We're going to have to, of course, get an on-board replay. This was going to be straight into a safety car before the race has even started.
Oh, this is so sad to see. So let's ride on board with Maya Weug. They're just picking up the throttle, getting things warmed up, and then bang! Oh my goodness! And listen in.
What the f***? She completely slammed the brakes!
Let's have a look from this top view, Alice. Is that what we see?
I mean, in all fairness, it did look like Nina was starting to go and then stopped. So potentially, well, that's obviously down to the stewards.
That's
heartbreak. I was saying that.
Yeah.
I was saying this is not where the big points, but you need to still try and get some points. So interested to see what the tactics are going to be now from Prema, because they've got Nina Gaiman, who of course is racing for herself. She's not racing for the team. Alpine are paying for her to be there. And then Doriane Pan is sat pretty in second place. We do have an MP car of Alba Larsen there in third place, but that's heartbreak for Maya Weug. She thought that by the looks of it that the train was going to go.
That really is sad for Maya Weug. I really feel for her, the Dutch driver, 9 points behind in the championship battle. Susie Wolf keeping an eye on it, and well, it is one of those things that can happen. We've all seen these things happen in the past, mistakes made on a formation lap, but it is desperately disappointing from the championship battle thing that we're looking at, because as you say now, the championship leader Doriane Pan is now second on the grid before anything has got going in this, because we've lost 3 cars effectively up at the top end. We lost Emma Felbermeyer as they first went away, and now we've lost Tina Hausmann and Maya Weug. Let's have another look at this, Alice.
Let's have a listen in. Oh, I was going to see if maybe that we got the earlier shot where she was putting her foot down. From that, it doesn't look like she's gone, because she's still warming up her tyres. It's so. I think Maya just thought it was going to go.
Yeah.
Why is she doing this? But Nina was stop and go doing all the time. You need to think about this as a team. What the f***, honestly, guys? No.
Well, from Tina Hausmann's point of view, she agrees from what we saw from that aerial shot. It did look like Nina Gaiman was starting to go, and we've seen that happen in Formula One. It throwback to Piastri, wasn't it, back at Silverstone, where he elected to go and then decided not to. And you can get a hefty penalty for that. So I hope the tractor's going to move out the way, which it should do, as it's going to retrieve Maya's car, unless they don't realise that the train of cars is behind them.
Yeah, they're slowing right down now, but hopefully it'll be okay. We don't want any more damage between cars. Yeah, that was really difficult. So this really does mean that in terms of the championship, even if Maya Weug, well, obviously Maya Weug won't be taking part in this, the gap between them means that Doriane Pan cannot actually secure the title today, but if she's going to get a good result, which is very, very likely, she's starting from second place, it'll mean that going into that final race tomorrow, even as you say, with more points on offer, the chances are very much greater for Doriane Pan here to actually wrap up the title. I mean, she's been leading the championship for a long time now. It was Maya Weug who had technical problems in Canada earlier this year, which really dropped her back down in the points. But yeah, this one is certainly a tough one for Weug, and in terms of just the battle, and they've got a good relationship, Alice. We've seen them talking to each other several times, even after that last race in Singapore. They talk to each other very composed way. They get on well, but they've been racing hard, and I've been looking forward to the battle between them this weekend.
Yeah, we don't want it decided this way. It can't be decided in this race, but if the positions do stay as they are, for example, if Doriane Pan stays in second place, her 9-point advantage that she had over Weug would stretch to 17 points. So that's then going into the last race. Weug would just have to move forward as best as she can in race 2 and hope that Doriane doesn't, pretty much. But still 10 laps of the race left to go. Still a lot of things that can change, but makes her job a lot harder now.
Absolutely, I agree with that. I mean, Doriane Pan is amazing that she's always scored points, hasn't she, in F1 Academy. She's not had a non-finish. I mean, anything can happen the last moment and going into tomorrow, of course, but she has been very consistent in just making sure she gets to the end of the races, and I think if she can continue to do that, then she's very much on target now for wrapping up the title this weekend. But we're still in for an interesting reverse grid race. Don't forget that Chloe Chambers, number 14, was fastest in the qualifying. A reverse grid race that we have in this form means that the top 8 fastest are in reverse order, but that means now that Chloe Chambers is 5th, because we've lost several cars before this race has even got underway. Good chance for Chloe Chambers to make up some more places. Alicia Palmowski will be starting 4th. Alba Larsen starting in 3rd place, then Doriane Pan starting in 2nd. But Nina Gademan has managed to stay up front from that reverse grid so far. And hopefully we will start seeing some racing shortly, Alice.
Yes, we hope so. Great to see Marta Garcia, the first ever F1 Academy champion. She sat on the pit wall with Prema. As you see, the MP Motorsport car of Weug is being taken out of the way, so we definitely will have one more lap under safety car, and then you would think, I'm guessing Tina Hausman's has been moved because she was quite close to an opening in the concrete barriers. We could then get racing underway. The only driver really that can, well, I say only driver, all the drivers can, but certainly Alba Larsen, the MP Motorsport driver, was looking quick yesterday. She gave Weug a tow. I wonder if she can help her out here by just getting in front of Doriane Pan and defending and having Doriane under pressure. But as I said, they're all technically racing for themselves.
Yeah, well, we shall see how it all goes, but of course, yeah, it's been an interesting one. There it is, Doriane Pan then, starting from 2nd place now, and with the championship hopefully going to be settled over the course of this weekend for her, with a 9-point lead coming into this race, as you say. That is very likely to go up a decent amount as long as she gets a finish here. We will wait and see. So Las Vegas, providing the first time that F1 Academy has raced at Las Vegas. It's raced, F1 Academy has raced in America a few times, and actually one of the season finales was in America a couple of years ago. Also, Abby Pulling, another champion, of course. Great to see her at Las Vegas, keeping an eye on who's going to be her replacement champion, Alice.
Yeah, she is keeping the ears open for those on the road in motorsport pit wall, which I'm assuming that's where she is sat. But great to have both the champions here this weekend. It's been busy for them, doing plenty of social media and on the fan stage as well. And yeah, Doriane Pan and Weug hoping to follow, at least one of them will, in their footsteps.
That's right. Well, F1 Academy, its 3rd year, it really has got bigger and more popular throughout this, just coming towards the end of this 3rd year. Safety car is ending, so we are about to go racing in the reverse grid race, the penultimate race of this 2025 season of F1 Academy. We've had drama already before the race has even begun. It's damp out there, they're on the wet tyres. You're sitting on board with Doriane Pan. The safety car is ending, and it is all up to Nina Gaidman now to control the pace up front, ahead of Doriane Pan, who you're riding with now, and then Alba Larsen in third place, number 12. You can just see her coming through, one of the youngest competitors. Ella Lloyd there, keep an eye on Ella Lloyd. She's didn't qualify particularly well, but she has done well, had a victory, a number of podiums this year, and she's scored well. She's actually third in the championship at the moment. It looks as though she's going to be the top rookie in the championship, but she will still be under threat for third place overall from Chloe Chambers, who's only a couple of points behind. And we are now getting ready for the start. Nina Gaidman is controlling the pace. Let's hope that this time everyone can just avoid each other before the race gets underway. They're weaving around, everybody looking for when is it going to go. You're on board with Alba Larsen in third place at the moment, and Nina Gaidman's taking her time here, Alice.
Yes, a long start, so they're on the strip now, Las Vegas strip, turn 14. Will be quickly approaching them. 1.92 kilometers is this straight, and weaving left to right. You can even see there's a few dry patches forming, but don't be fooled, as I said, because even with the F1 cars, they were really scrabbling for grip. We then are going to shoot out now of turn 16.
Here we go, yeah.
She's put the throttle down, but she got a kick of oversteer, and it looks like Doriane's got the better run.
Yeah, we are racing now at Las Vegas in F1 Academy, and immediately Nina Gaidman is under pressure from championship leader Doriane Pan. Although Doriane Pan just settles in behind, it might be worth her just trying to make that little bit of a break from the rest. She's also got Alba Larsen behind, who's having a little look around the outside as they come through, and that's a bit wide. Oh, and you can see how slippery through turns 1 and 2. And Alba Larsen actually has managed to get alongside. No, not quite Doriane Pan. They're still, though, virtually side by side there. Yeah, she's done it. Alba Larsen's moved up in a second. Good move by her.
Karting style, she went wide, got the cutback. That was a lovely move from Alba Larsen, but Doriane doesn't need to put up too much of a fight, because of course her championship rival is out. But Alba Larsen looks like she's got more grip around those, but she's putting her car perfectly. She's using a bit of the inside curb there. She's clearly been exploring a little bit more than the others on the laps round under the safety car.
Chloe Chambers ahead of Alicia Palmowski as well. Meanwhile, it's still Nina Gaidman who is leading, but she's coming under pressure now from Alba Larsen. Alba Larsen's 16 years old from Denmark. She has not had a podium yet so far this year. Best finished 4th in China. She did a great job in qualifying, and now she's really putting some pressure on the race leader. Nina Gaidman is going to have to try and defend here, because Alba Larsen has got a great move, and she's got the grip, but she's straight through. So Alba Larsen takes the lead. Nina Gaidman back down to second place, and championship leader Doriane Pan holding on to third.
What a move for Alba Larsen. Does she get it stopped? She does. So Nina Gaidman just hasn't been able to find the grip, struggling in these slippy conditions, just doesn't seem to have the confidence of those around her. And Alba Larsen, wow, she's almost checking out already. Now here, is she going to put up a big fight? Is Nina Gaidman, where she's gone to the inside, but Doriane Pan has got a better run out of turn 12, down the strip straight now. It's going to be who's going to be the bravest on the brakes, or is Doriane Pan already going to be ahead before the braking zone?
Yeah, good question as they head down. But watch out for Chloe Chambers behind as well, and Alicia Palmowski. But Doriane Pan, actually has quite a late break from Nina Gaidman, so she has held on to it. As you said, it was going to come down to the braking. Nina Gaidman has held on to the thing, but look how close this is. And Doriane Pan needs to be a little bit wary here, because she doesn't want to make sure she gets a non-finish out of this. She's got to be a little cautious, but she has still got stuck behind Nina Gaidman. And as you say, Alba Larsen is disappearing up front. Oh no! Oh. Larsen's lost it! Oh, as I spoke, Alba Larsen has made her own mistake. What a shame! And that means Nina Gaidman is still back to being the race leader. Doriane Pan under pressure from Chloe Chambers and Alicia Palmowski. What a remarkable race day this is turning into.
What a simple, flat-out corner is turn 17 in the dry, but clearly not so much in the wet, and goes round Alba Larsen, and I think Rafaela Ferreira has dropped down as well, which is what was our yellow flag for in Sector 3. So back in the lead goes Nina Gaidman. Ella Lloyd, you can just see in the background there, she's always handy in the wet, so maybe she will be thinking, I can win this race.
Let's have a look at this. So, as you say, she's going into a curve here, which is normally easy flat out. Let's have a look and see where it goes wrong.
So she has a lift,
Oh,
She's got a wobble on the way in. Just was, oh my goodness me.
lucky not to hit anything.
She's so lucky she didn't hit anything, and she's also so lucky that no one else hits her. So
Yeah,
from all of those avoiding her, so Nina Gaben is back out front, and we've got a breakaway train of the top 5 cars. Leah Block's there in 6th place. She also enjoys these conditions, and she's gained 6 places already.
Wow. Well, look at this. Alicia Palmowski having a little look down to the inside of Chloe Chambers in the battle for 3rd place, but Ella Lloyd very much a part of it. Chloe Chong is into the pit, so she put slicks on, or just trying to see there as she comes back out. But Nina Gateman is still leading this race as she started from pole position, and having lost it at one stage, Doriane Pan still keeping on the attack. And Ella Lloyd in the background, number 20 there, the McLaren-backed British racer up against another British racer, of course, Alicia Palmowski. They're having a good fight right now for 4th position.
Now, this is an important battle as well. We've got to fight for the championship on, but also Ella Lloyd is fighting Chloe Chambers for 3rd in the championship. So Chloe would have got 2 points for pole position yesterday, which would have put her level on points with Ella Lloyd. So Ella's got to try and get in front of Chloe Chambers if she can, which is of course going to be easier said than done as they fly through the final corner. And it's a good run from Alicia Palmowski, and I've just heard in my ear as well, Ben, that Chloe Chong has elected to go on slicks.
Yeah, so that's going to be interesting to keep an eye on Chong's pace and whether she's going to be able to make up any ground, because being on slicks now, is that actually going to be an advantage? Look at this fight that's going on in this group up here. This is really interesting. Nina Gaben's doing a good job so far of holding on to that lead from Doriane Pan, but behind for 3rd, 4th, 5th, absolutely together between Chloe Chambers, Alicia Palmowski and Ella Lloyd. Ella Lloyd having a look down the inside now. Oh, she's braked so late though. I'm not sure she's going to make the corner. No! Oh, Ella Lloyd hits the barrier, and it's amazing, isn't it, how slippery in certain areas, because it didn't look as though she braked hugely late, but then it was all gone.
Yeah, and 10-second time penalty for Chloe Chong for causing a collision. I wonder that was with Rafaela Ferreira. This is going to certainly bring out the safety car. Too keen, got on that paint, and there's a safety car that's being called. And I just wanted to point out, Leah Block has the fastest lap by over half a second, and the second fastest driver was Ella Lloyd, who you can see now has fortunately made her way into the barriers, and she looked like a driver full of confidence. And here's a replay, and you could see that she was already going straight ahead. She tried to save it, and once you get onto that paint, it was never going to happen. So the best thing she would have done is elected to go down the escape road, but all part of learning.
Yeah, I agree. Yes, going down the escape road would have been a sensible thing. This is another look from Alba Larsen.
Something tapped when I hit the wall.
That's interesting. She'd already tapped the wall then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah. If you look at that right rear, I think she had actually damaged that already. I hadn't realised that until now.
No. So that's hugely frustrating for her, because she looked the most confident by far out there, and she's a young driver. She's got plenty to learn still, clearly, but got the talent, that's for sure.
Yeah, and of course, going into next year, she will be back. I mean, there are a lot of the rookies who are getting their first season in F1 Academy this year will be back again next year. And of course, there's a group of drivers going into their very last F1 Academy, because the rules, Alice, mean that you can only do 2 years in F1 Academy. After that, you must move on elsewhere, mustn't you?
Yes, you must. So we've got around about 7 drivers that will be moving on. Doriane Pan, Weug, if you're a champion, you have to move on anyway, regardless if you've done 1 year or 2 years. Tina Houseman, Aurelia Nobles, Leah Block, Chloe Chong will all be moving on. So it's still been an exciting year next year, with Alicia Palmowski already announced and signed up. Same with Ella Lloyd. Two that have been fighting with each other all the way throughout this year. So here's a replay of the start, and then there was a bit of a wobble there, wasn't there, on the paint from Doriane Pan through 17, and moves already happening further back. Nobles all over the back of Chloe Chong.
Ah, that's where Chloe, you see that, that's why Chloe Chong presumably got the penalty. Courtney Crone was the one she tangled into, wasn't it?
Yeah, so I think Chloe was too busy looking in her mirrors, braked way too late, and made an impact with Courtney Crone, as you said. And here was the bravery, and correct line to go on, at least for that point in the lap for Alba Larsen. Leah Block, is this going to be a move? Oh, and that's where the contact happened for Eric Giaconte, just too late on the brakes, into the side, and that's where she ended up spinning round.
Okay, in fact, Leah Block's done a very good job, because Leah Block running in 5th place now, and she started down in 12th position, so it's impressive how she has managed to move up as well. And Aurelia Nobles, to be fair, because Nobles had a 3-place penalty after qualifying, because she had been seen to block Ella Lloyd, and she started on the penultimate row of the grid, and now Nobles is running in 6th position. So we've got an interesting mix. And also up there, doing a good job, Rachel Robertson. We just saw her go through, number 56, who is driving this weekend for the first time in F1 Academy, standing in for Ava Agnostiadis, who had that injury, and she's been replaced by a couple of other different rookie drivers this year. And it's Rachel Robertson, the 18-year-old born in Scotland, who has made some useful ground. And in fact, at the moment, she's up into the points, because you score points if you finish in the top 8 in the reverse grid race. She is running in 8th place right now. We've only had a effectively, well, a wild card entry. We've had 1 score points coming into this event, but yeah, Robertson's done well. And Westcott, who is the wild card entry, she's running in 10th place.
So we're probably going to get one more lap under safety car. Ella Lloyd's car should be moved by the time we come round. Too late for the safety car lights to go off. Now they're going to come through turn 17 to start another lap. And one thing to just note, we've got 9 minutes and 20 seconds of the race remaining, and we've completed 7 laps out of 12. So depending on the speed of this next safety car lap, potentially we might switch to a timed race, because at the moment the fastest lap of the race is a 2:22.1 from Leah Block. So we'll obviously keep you up to speed if it does change to a timed race.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point. We shall have to wait and see. It is proved to be a very challenging race. But the interesting thing is that Nina Gateman is still up front. Well done to her for holding on to it so far. So she was 8th fastest in qualifying. The reverse grid means she took that pole position. She has won before this year. She's led several races. Can she get another victory here today? The Dutch racer, 22-year-old, who is backed by Alpine and runs with the Prema team, which is looking to wrap up the team championship. Safety car coming in on this lap. So it is going to be up to Nina again to determine exactly how she does the restart.
It will, and you don't want to go too early because of the tow. I was chatting to some of the teams earlier on in the paddock today, and some of them were saying, oh no, that's not a nice sight. It's poor Maya Weug, head in hands, and it's quite chilly out there. If someone could get her a coat, I'm sure she'll massively appreciate that. But they were saying that the tow is worth anywhere between 0.8 of a second to 1 second. That's in dry conditions, of course. Slightly different in the wet, but still, that's a big chunk of time.
Interesting to see how Chloe Chong gets on. She is at the back of the group now, but she is on slicks, the only one on slicks, but she's not been able to catch him. Apparently she hasn't actually got to the back of this group yet. She's still a long way behind them, so I'm not sure we're going to see much progress.
No, she's doing 2:35s, and all of the top 5 are in at the 2:22s, so still got quite a chunk of time to close down, so she won't be able to make it to the back of this lot. But the weaving continues down the Las Vegas strip. They've just gone past turn 13, and we'll have to see, Ben, when Nina Gaiman puts the hammer down.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see how she does it again this time. She is going to try and pull away from Doriane Pain. Chloe Chambers in 3rd place. Remember, she started from 8th originally until we started losing some cars before the race even got underway because of accidents that were taking place. Green flag, safety car in. It's up to Nina now to determine when she's going to go for it again. She did it in a confident way last time. Is she going to floor it coming out of this last section now? She's waiting. Now she goes, and she got it straight. Actually, there's always a risk that you're going to get a bit of wheel spin pulling out somewhere like that. But actually, okay, but Doriane Pain is with her. She's not lost, and behind there'll be everybody now jostling for position, trying to come through.
I've just seen them go past my commentary box window. Chloe Chambers is under pressure from Alicia Palmowski, and further in the background, the 2 ARTs are fighting as well. A small lock-up from Doriane Pain, and also Nobles runs wide as well. Nina Gaiman, though, perfect start.
Yeah, very good start again from Nina Gaiman. She's doing a great job up front. Doriane Pain in that 2nd place. Chloe Chambers ahead of Alicia Palmowski. But Aurelia Nobles now. Nobles went wide and then came back on. Will she get a penalty there? She may have to let people through a little bit there, and it looks like she might be doing that. Alicia Palmowski, meanwhile, challenging Chloe Chambers for 3rd place, trying to go around the outside. Ooh, they're very close to getting to the barrier there, but she held it extremely well. But for the moment, Chloe Chambers still has the position, but now Alicia has an inside line, and Doriane Pain on the attack. Yes, Palmowski's got into 3rd.
Job done for Alicia, lovely move there. Nina's struggling though. She's 2-3 tenths slower than her teammate in that 1st sector. The driver that looks like being most confident at the moment is Alicia Palmowski, but I have to say Doriane Pain as well, as she's searching for a way past. She doesn't have to take a risk. She doesn't need to. With if she ends up staying in 2nd place, which she said, around 17 points will be the gap. But these are racing drivers, Ben. They want to win.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes when you get in front and you're not being surrounded by other cars, you feel safer anyway, because you've got a car behind that might lock up and hit you. You've got a car in front that might make a mistake. But Doriane Pain is always, I find, very sensible in her approach, just trying to make sure she gets to the finish. But she's on the attack again. Doriane Pain is attacking for the lead, and I think she's got the real chance to get it done this time. Nina Gaiman has been holding her off for many laps so far, but Doriane Pain trying to squeeze her, and she's done it this time. She has taken the lead. Nina Gaiman in 2nd place, and look at that battle for 3rd. Chloe Chambers and Alicia Palmowski side by... Oh, no! I could see that coming, sadly. They were so side by side. I wondered how long that was going to last, and it's Chambers hits the barrier. Oh, and Leah Block's lost places too.
Leah Block was so unlucky. That's going to bring out the safety car once again. I was literally just about to say they'll be pulling their hair out on the Campos pit wall, as you would have thought these 2 drivers would have been trying to make their way forward, because they clearly did have the pace, but they were scrapping amongst themselves. And yeah, our pole sitter for tomorrow's race is now in the barrier, and there will be some strong words, I can imagine, from Red Bull and from Campos, as one of their cars is out, and Alicia potentially will have some damage. So let's have a little look. Yeah, it's I would probably, well, I can't call it without seeing the onboards. But I tell you who this majorly benefits is what a perfectly timed move for Doriane Pain there.
Yeah.
She didn't know the safety car was coming out.
And she's got fastest lap as well at the moment, so she's got
an extra point,
so she's up for 11 points, with Maya Weug scoring nothing at all, so that will actually take it to 20-point advantage going into the final race. So for Doriane Pain, again, she's so sensible, cautious. She's not taken too many risks, but she still has taken the lead. Gaiman in 2nd place, Palmowski in 3rd, but that is going to be looked into, of course. The incident with Chloe Chambers, as you say, her teammate for the Campos team, but the incident between them. Now, Aurelia Nobles, who did run wide, came back on, did allow a car or 2 through. Hello Kitty, thoroughly enjoying F1 Academy here at Las Vegas. Nobles is back in 4th place. Joanne Conte, she is currently in 5th place. and that could be a good result. It could be her best result of the year, in fact, for Joanne Ciponte. And also Rachel Robertson doing a great job, her first ever F1 Academy race. She is in 6th place, Leah Block in 7th, and final point could go to the wildcard driver as well, Peyton Westcott, another American. She's only 16 years old, and she did a great job in the rookie test recently for F1 Academy. Could well be making herself shown to be a driver competing in next year's full series.
There's 1 minute 17 seconds left on the clock, Ben, so I'm not sure if this will be the last lap or not, or if they're going to get one more. Of course, that incident between Palmowski and Chambers will be investigated, as they all slow down to avoid the stricken car of Chambers being recovered by the marshals. So
Yeah. I think you're right.
What a crazy race. We did say, didn't we, that this could be quite eventful, and it certainly has.
It's been very eventful, you're absolutely right. But it does feel as though I'm not sure they're actually going to get to race again, as you say, because the time is ticking away and they haven't picked up the cars just yet. So we shall just have to see how this goes. But for Doriane Pain, this is looking very, very good. For Maya Weug, of course, bitter disappointment. She didn't even make the start of the race. Contact made when they were behind the formation, behind the safety car on the formation lap before they actually got the race underway. Maya Weug went out. We've lost several top drivers. Interestingly, the battle for third in the championship between Chloe Chambers and Ella Lloyd, well, neither of them have ended up going to finish this race. Doriane Pain just saying the rain has increased. It's gone to 0 in terms of time, hasn't it, Alice?
It has, but yeah, we've got no word that it's changing over to this being the last lap, so we'll keep you up to date there. And it's interesting to see how that recovery is going down, because if they don't switch it to this being the last lap, then potentially we might have one more racing lap. But I would have thought that this will probably be it, seeing that the clock is at 0.
Well, let's see. It would be lovely if we could just get one more lap. Hopefully, we are hoping. But look at that, the rain falling, which is going to make the challenge even more. But we are thinking we may get one more race lap, and that could change a lot again, couldn't it?
It could. Doriane will probably be thinking, please no.
Yes.
Please no. Please slow down, recovery team. She'll want to win this race and under safety car, because it runs a risk. Obviously, we get going again, that she will have the attack from her teammate behind, and of course Lisa Palmowski was looking racy as well. That rain has certainly increased and falling even harder than it was before. So we're going down the strip now. We're through turn 13. You can see Caesar's Palace. Great view there from the camera of the cars coming down the straight. So Chloe Chambers' car is at the end of the strip at turn 16. So we'll see if her car has been removed. We're getting no word if the safety car is coming in.
No, not yet. We shall see. Remember, we've only got 13 drivers out of the 18 that started this race, still competing. Chloe Chong is at the back of that group now, but remember, she's on slicks, and now that there's more rain out there, it's going to be even more difficult for her. Everyone else is still on the wet tyres that they chose at the start of this race. But as I say, only 13 out of the 18. We've lost several of the top drivers, most notably, of course, Maya Weug, the championship contender, not scoring any points here today. And basically going into the final race, if it's like this, going into the race tomorrow, she would have to win the race with Pain basically not scoring anything pretty much, because she's going to have a very comfortable lead going into that last race, and that's going to be interesting to see. But let's just see as they come over the line, lap 12, and we are still behind the safety car, so I can't see them going racing.
Nope, so Doriane will be pleased. This will be the final lap of the race. But just going back to what you mentioned there, Ben, with the championship.
It says safety car ending. It does say safety car ending.
Yeah, but they'll collect the checkered flag, won't they? So no more racing laps for them. 25 points for a win in race 2 tomorrow. You get 1 point for fastest lap. So if Maya wins the race and gets a point for fastest lap, all Doriane needs to do is try and finish in, well, the top, no lower than 6th place.
Right, so I mean Doriane's in a great position here, and going on, it looks like she's going to be, well, she is going to be taking the win, because they're not going to be allowed to overtake on this last lap. Even though the safety car will be ending at the end of it, they won't be able to. So she will be on target for her 4th win of the season. They were tied up on 3 wins each, her and Maya Weug, coming into this event. But for Doriane Pain, things have certainly gone her way. They have not gone the way of Maya Weug, and it is looking more and more as though Doriane is going to become the first French driver to become a champion in F1 Academy, but it won't be definite until we get into the main race tomorrow.
So actually I think it's lower, no lower than 5th place, because you get 10 points for P5, and the gap as it would stand at the top will be 20 points, because Doriane will get maximum points in this race, which is 10, and of course she's got the point for fastest lap as well. But this is F1 Academy, Ben, and we can see from this race and previous races throughout this season, anything can happen. We've had some great racing all the way through F1 Academy, starting from the very start in 2023 through 2024, and here in their 3rd season in 2025. So there's still hope for Maya Weug yet. She will, of course, I expect, keep believing, but her task will be very, very difficult.
It will, yes, absolutely, but she'll just give it her best shot and see what happens. But Doriane Pain is totally in control as they will be coming up towards the checkered flag, but we've still got the yellow flags here, of course, at the moment. And Nina Gademan, she's on for another good result, but she's not going to get her 2nd win of the year, but it's still going to be a podium finish for her, which will be very, very good to have. She is currently 6th in the championship, just ahead of Alba Larsen. And of course, Alba Larsen, unfortunately, although she led the race early on, she is not going to be actually scoring any points. She went out earlier on as well.
And as you can see there, as I was expecting, she's going to take it gentle around turn 17, and she will collect the checkered flag, and that is a great job done for Doriane Pain.
It is, because you're not allowed to overtake until you go over the line, and so they get the checkered flag, and we have Doriane Pain taking her 4th win of the 2025 season and putting herself now into a tremendous place. But Prema Racing, the team that she drives for, have now won the team's championship. I'm sure that's fully wrapped up, because that has worked out extremely well for the Prema team. Doriane Pain, the winner. Nina Gademan is also Prema, so they've scored some very, very useful points. 18 points there. It is 19 points actually, because of the fastest lap as well for Doriane Pain, and that means surely they are now the champions in the teams. That's 3 years in a row they have won the team's championship. But for the drivers' championship, that will come down to the last race tomorrow, with Doriane Pain a very comfortable advantage.
Checkered flag, Dori, checkered flag. Good job. You played very smart. Good job.
Oh my God, yes. Thank you so much.
She played it smart, and you know what? She's been misconsistent throughout this entire season, and consistency, you obviously need to be consistently there, and that wins championships, and she's been consistently there. She's played smart, kept out of trouble, which is a lot easier said than done in these tricky conditions. We saw from the very start between Maya and Tina, and another podium for Nina.
P2 is nice, good points for championship. Yeah, just sitting back on the straight, but yeah, P2 is alright. Great job, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, for the team, it is, for the Prema team, they've had a very good result once again. And for Nina Gademan, I was impressed with how she held on for quite a while, but and she's got the podium. Let's just have another look at that incident earlier on. That was Maya Weug. Just before the race started, she accelerated away as the car in front has just slowed down a bit, and she slapped into the back. There were other incidents as well, Alice, weren't there, early on?
There was, and it's so slippy out there, but I can imagine that, well, Tina and Nina, similar names, Tina was a bit upset with her teammate. Interesting to see what Maya's thoughts will be. And this is Alba Larsen. She tapped the wall, something on the rear of the car broke, and around she went. Hugely unlucky, because she'd already, as you saw there, pulled a nice lead, and Doriane Pan just missed her.
Oh.
How close was that? That could have been, well, disaster for her. And then here's this incident between the two drivers. Alicia did have some room on the left-hand side. Let's have a look. Chloe did squeeze her though into the wall on the left there. So I don't think Alicia was really left enough room on the inside there.
Yeah, absolutely. It is something that was being looked into, but we shall see if there are going to be any penalties. But as you say, there wasn't a lot she could do. Let's listen to Nina Gaden.
Are we close to winning the team championship now, or did we just miss out on it? We should have won it now, right?
Yep, we have won it. I confirm we've won it.
Yeah, let's go. Congrats, guys.
Yep, congrats to both of you guys. Made it work.
It's nice to hear the team celebrating that they have won this championship, the Prema team, which has now won it 3 years in a row. Italian founded team, the Prema team founded back in 1983 originally, but many titles in FIA Formula 3, in FIA F2 as well, many Italian Formula 4 titles over the years, but in F1 Academy in these last few years, as you mentioned, they took that first title with Marta Garcia, and although Abby won the Drivers' Championship last year with Rodin, it was still Prema that won the team's championship. And this year it looks, Alice, as though they're going to win both effectively, because they've won the team's championship. And here, Doriane Pan, driving for Prema, is very much on target to take the title tomorrow.
I mean, that was almost like she couldn't believe it, could she, that she'd won the race and her championship rival was out of the race. So, yeah. Big smiles all round for Prema, not just for winning the teams, but also for winning the race. And can that race, is that going to be pivotal? I expect it will be for the championship, and great to see Valtteri Bottas down there as well.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Nina Gademan, a fantastic job by her. Alicia Palmowski getting that 3rd place, podium finish, and that'll be her 5th podium of the season, as long as there is no problem with that possible investigation. But as you said, I'm not sure she could have really got out of the way. Aurelian Noble's finishing in 4th place, and that's matched her best so far, pretty much. And well done to Rachel Robertson, who has done her first F1 Academy race and has finished 5th on her debut, and that's the best finish for the high-tech team since joining the Academy Series this year. So well done to her. And also a quick mention to the wildcard entry, Peyton Westcott, who also scored points, finishing in 7th place. So really good. And so both of the drivers making their first ever start in F1 Academy have managed to score today.
They have. Doing great job by them, because it's so tough. Really tricky conditions that we saw, and it's great to see all the drivers congratulating each other. But Doriane Pan, she made the move at the right time, was able to slipstream pass, and that's just being in the tow. That's the slingshot effect of being in that tow, probably getting a better run out of turn 12 as well, better traction from her. And you can look how dirty the front of her Mercedes Prema machine is. It's dirty out there, and of course, Hello Kitty, she was braving the rain along with all the mechanics and staff down there to wave the checkered flag.
Yeah, and Doriane Pan, who, remember, the qualifying had not gone perfectly for her. She had out-qualified Maya Weug just about. She started down in 5th place for this race, and she's ended up taking the victory. So a fantastic performance, but obviously it was partly because others had problems, had errors, mistakes, and well, this is certainly proving to be a very entertaining weekend, and we're going to have another race still to enjoy, aren't we?
We are. Do it all over again for the final time this year, but I'm hugely looking forward to that, Ben.
Yeah, no, it's going to be great. So let's celebrate the podium here for this last reverse grid race of this 2025 season. And Alicia Palmowski taking a podium spot in 3rd place. And she will be starting on the front row tomorrow with Chloe Chambers. So it's quite possible that Alicia Palmowski could be on for another podium and more points tomorrow. 2nd place for Nina Gaidman, having started from pole position. But the winner of the reverse grid race, the championship leader, who is now looking comfortably as though she's going to take that title tomorrow, the winner here today, Doriane Pan. And Doriane Pan looking confident, happy, controlled, as she was throughout that event. She is in top form going into the one more race this weekend. Well done to Doriane Pan to lead that championship by quite a big margin now from Maya Weug. Ella Lloyd is still 3rd in the championship, but didn't finish his race. 2nd place, of course, to Nina Gaidman, who did a great job. Alicia Palmowski finishing in 3rd place. And the final points, of course, will be decided tomorrow. But it is lovely for these three to be able to celebrate their podium together after a very, very challenging reverse grid race at Las Vegas.
Yeah, it was challenging, and the rain is chucking it down out there as champagne flies now for the drivers. Great scenes, great to see, and feel sad that we've only got one more chance to do it all again tomorrow. If you're here in Vegas, and if you're in Europe, it's today.
Yeah. Oh, we've got some Lego flowers now arriving, all part and parcel of what's going on here at Las Vegas this weekend.
Yeah, Lego confirmed to being on the grid with Esme Kosterman. It looks like Nina Gaidman has maybe got some champagne in her eye, which is not comfortable. No. But great to see Lego. They unveiled their car here a couple of days ago, and so looks fantastic. And so do those Lego flowers. It would take me weeks and weeks, I would say, to attempt to build that.
Yeah, that would be a real challenge, wouldn't it? But yeah, they're being reasonably careful with them. That's good. And hopefully they can look after them. Well, well done to Doriane Pan, and well done to Prema Racing, the team that has run her throughout the year. They have now taken the team's championship. But let's just confirm the result then from this reverse grid race. It is Doriane Pan who has taken the victory. 2nd place, her teammate Nina Gaidman, who started from that pole position but managed to hold on to 2nd, and Alicia Palmowski finishing in 3rd. Aurelia Nobles, coming from near towards the back of the grid, finished in 4th place. Rachel Robertson, her first ever F1 Academy race, in 5th, ahead of Leah Block, and Peyton Westcott, her first ever race as well in F1 Academy. Courtney Crone got the final point in 8th, ahead of Rafaela Ferreira, and Nicole Havrider finished in 10th place. She started right down at the back. In fact, she started from the pit lane, but got into 10th place. Emma Felbermeyer was 11th, Joanne Chiconte 12th, and Chloe Chong was the final finisher in 13th. But look, we lost a number of drivers: Chloe Chambers, Ella Lloyd, Alba Larsen, Tina Hausman, and most significantly, championship contender Maya Weug. So that was the first of the 2 races here at Las Vegas this weekend, and it is certainly going the way of Doriane Pan, with 20-point lead now over Maya Weug. We've got one more race, the final race to go in the championship. Hope you can join us then. Goodbye for now.